Your best years aren't behind you just because someone else's life looks ahead of yours. Bookmark that. Okay, so stop the press because this is going to be some of the best information you're going to hear this year. So if you feel behind in your career, behind in starting a family, behind in, I guess, trying the new sourdough recipe everybody seems to be obsessed with on TikTok and Instagram for some strange reason, don't worry because you are not alone, like not even close. Because I've been there, I have done that too. That sinking feeling of scrolling through social media, seeing everybody else miles ahead of where you thought you should be, like miles ahead of you. Somebody just got promoted again. Somebody celebrating their wedding anniversary again. And there's always that person, the one that's traveling again. It's like, where are you going this time? Dubai, Rome, Italy, where? And you might be sitting there thinking, what on earth am I doing with my life? I know because I've been there and I have done that too, and it is not a good feeling. But here's the thing. The idea of being behind is a complete myth, y'all. It is a lie that we've been fed for far too long. And today we're going to talk about why it's time to ditch that thought of being behind for good. Starting with dissecting why being behind is just an illusion, why it's a lie. So life doesn't come with a universal timeline. And that's a good thing because who even decides what on track looks like? Have you thought about that? Who decides what on track looks like? Is there some timeline committee just handing out schedules to everybody but us? It's like, did they forget to tell us about the timeline schedules? Because I don't know anything about them, do you? I don't think so. And think about it. You didn't grow up in the same house. You didn't have the same parents. You didn't have the same experiences. You didn't even have the same resources to whoever it is that you're comparing yourself or your life to. That's something to think about because we often hold ourselves to these impossible standards, forgetting that every single one of us is on a unique path. Our life path is different. So what works for one person doesn't have to work for you. What works for me may not work for you, and that's okay. I'll tell you something very personal. Some years back, I'm talking years back, thank goodness, I was stuck in this exact same mindset because I was constantly telling myself that I was supposed to be further along by now. It's like, why am I still here? And it was exhausting because I felt tired. I couldn't catch up no matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't get there. And then one day, a very wise woman, thank goodness, asked me, where exactly are you trying to catch up to? And that hit me like a ton of bricks because I didn't even know, y'all. I was chasing this invisible finish line without really asking myself if it was real or if it was even my finish line. Mind blowing. But here's the truth that nobody talks about enough. You cannot be behind in your life if you walk your own path, and that is so darn good. Because it's your life, it's your path. You're not late, you're not early, you're exactly where you're supposed to be for this chapter of your life. And there's not one single person, nobody living the exact same timeline as you. And that's a good thing because we have to remember that success isn't linear. Growth isn't linear. Nothing's one straight line. Sometimes you take 5 steps forward, 2 steps back, and then you zigzag that thing a little. And that's normal. It's better than normal. It's just living. It's called life. And I want to say this to you, directly to you, especially if you feel like you've missed your chance, like you've missed the mark. It's never too late. Your best years aren't behind you just because someone else's life looks ahead of yours. Bookmark that. because that's good. You can pivot, you can reinvent, you can start something new at any point, whether you're 30, 45, 55, or even 60, 65, 70. It doesn't matter. When we think about some of the most inspiring people that we all admire who started late, I think about Vera Wang. She didn't design her first dress until her 40s. Julia Child didn't publish her first cookbook until she was almost 50. And they weren't behind. They were building and evolving and becoming the people they were meant to be, just like you. So the next time you catch yourself scrolling, the good old doom scroll, and comparing yourself or thinking you're behind, remember this: there is no such thing. Your timeline is yours, and that's what makes it beautiful. You're not too late to your own life. You're right on time. You're there. That's what matters. And I mean that. So bookmark that part too, because that was really good. Okay, I'd love to hear from you. Drop me a comment below and tell me, what's one thing that you've been holding back on because you feel like you're behind in life? Or better yet, let's do the opposite. What's something you started doing later in life that's brought you so much joy? Let's do that. So share your story in the comments. I can't wait to read them. Help someone else. They may be in the same position that you're in. Okay, so thanks for watching. And hey, if you like my vibes, subscribe, because this is the place where I help women like you and me become the best people that we can be. If that is your thing, give this video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe. Okay, thanks so much for being here. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.